A little bit of pressure from that mountain just north of Brutal Bastion. And again, for Peterbot, you have to consider, Peterbot's been talking all week, top 25, that's the easiest thing in the world. But we're here in the lower bracket, and it's not looking that easy to actually be in the top 25.
Yeah, they've already pushed that one team off, trying to get Sanguine Sweets as their own, but a fight that we saw in that last time goes a whole different way. Crisp and Noxy able to take down P8 Sin, leaving Kitos by himself. And if this has any indication, any sort of resemblance towards that last game, it's no worries. Kitos is as strong as can be. He already picked up a second place by himself. And since it's so early on in the game, there's so much opportunity for him to go back, get that reboot card, get his teammate back up, because it's already happened countless times on the day so far.
But also, as far as Kitos and PH Zen are concerned, they've built themselves a pretty surmountable amount of points here. Heading into game number 3, they had 138. We're leading in that second place position on the leaderboard. Have to consider them relatively safe as far as their spot in that top 25 is concerned. So maybe not as much pressure there onto Kitos as far as whether or not he'll be able to get that reboot off onto PH Zen. For a team like Noxy and Chris, that's just another 4 points to get them that much closer. Yeah,
yesterday we saw 25th qualify with 91 points. Can't say that's going to be exact here today, but at least they have some sort of goal to achieve. Anything is definitely possible. And you saw to start the game off that it was both Wixie and Curb on the other side, putting some shots down over towards Sanguine Sweets. But now the tables have turned. They try to get aggressive, but it's the angles from both Cheatin and Pixie, the game number 2 winners, that are trying to chop him down to size. You see Pixie trying to go in, but he gets pressured as well. Everything comes to a standstill momentarily, waiting for somebody to make the big move, but hopefully it's not a misstep. They're separated. This might be the saving grace for both Kirby and Wixie, because they're two players that are two different regions. As the shots get fired off, he's ready to finish this fight, breaks into the box, and takes down Cheatin. This is what we came to see. A duo from two different regions coming together to make one. And already coming out on top. Another shot, but that backs Wixie down.
Wixie, though, will finally get knocked. Siphon going to be immediately taken there by Pixie. Ooh. Kirby, though, with another massive shot off that Sharp Tooth. Keeps pressuring inside the box. Pixie down to 1 HP. Kirby low enough as well. He actually thinks better of the immediate push in. Whoever comes out on top here might just have the opportunity to look for that reboot card, reboot opportunity, but Kirby faring certainly significantly better than Pixie for the time being. No, Pixie able to find the refresh that he wanted as far as materials are concerned. These resources taking him so far, and Kirby just unable to build up right away. He knows that he only has a limited amount of time to work with here before his opposition starts trying to close in himself.
You see him taking this time. Try to pick some augments, seeing if anything helps him in this exchange.
Relatively even, though, health-wise.
Yeah. And actually, no, Curb had, even though, yeah, so they're relatively even health-wise, but Kirby at the bottom has materials. He has the extra heals. So if he wants to try to build up to take this, drain Pixie dry in terms of materials, that could be good. But you see over towards the right side, Sanguine Sweets. That's Peterbot and Bylaw. If they look on over, see this action going down, that's a possible third-party opportunity for them. Maybe even 2 eliminations. So they have to be careful which way they travel across this mountain. But it does look like Kirby is going to be the first one to try to disengage. Got the reboot card and trying to stay alive so that way he can get his teammate back into the game, because we talked about the strength in numbers is huge in an event like this.
Pretty decent tag there from Pixie, but it is going to give Kirby a decent indicator as to how far up Pixie actually is. And Kirby seemingly trying to farm out even more resources. It's clear that Kirby would like to go for the disengage, probably recognizing the fact that that pressure from Sanguine Sweets might come sooner rather than later. But we're talking about pressure here at the Creaky Compound. Sorif and Skits, they're dealing with a good chunk of aggression out of Raru and Greedy.
See, it's pausing for a moment, rightfully so. You said slap dab in the middle of Creaky. There's so many teams around them, even more pushing in. They are on the edge of zone, so you have to be very, very careful. And I think they know that, and that's why things have come to a halt. If they make that wrong move, it might not be even the original opponents that were fighting. that does the brunt force of that damage. And it continues to kind of push towards the east this time around, but instead of the north, it has a southern lean when it comes to the zone. So they realize their journey does not stop here. They want to get as close to it as possible. But sometimes in this game, Taco, you have to wait for opponents to begin that rotation before you can try to escape yourself.
As far as rotations are concerned, though, for Pixie, it seems as though he's willing to take his time here on that mountain just north of Brutal Bastion. The problem at this point, though, Jacob, definitely starts to become just how much time is really worth investing here. Because it seems as though Kirby is definitely cool with just letting this go through and disengaging entirely. But I guess we do have to listen in to get more insight for as to how the players are really thinking.
Maybe we can sneak on Billy.
I'm down.
Shall I come now? Get this fast?
Yeah.
Okay. He was here. Come. Run. This is all like... On me, on me. 40. I'm crash pulling on him.
Yeah, I'm on you. Going for right side.
Cracked him, cracked him. Dead.
Nice, bro.
Don't worry.
Got him.
Nice find by both Pink and Vico to take down one. And that's a team. When they went down in Game 5 yesterday, they were in 24th place. They were forced to watch every team that got into that top 25 pass them and send them down to the lower bracket. King and Phaser, they're trying to have a second chance at life. Skits and Sorf is another one. Yesterday definitely wasn't their day. Today is a whole new chapter in their story, and this is one that I'm excited to see finish. But they're still stuck around both Greedy and Raro. Neither team really able to rotate just yet. And I think when push comes to shove, at least Greedy does have that rocket ram to try to get out of a tight spot.
Reacting to the global champs.
Have one himself.
What
That
is
could
this?
be possibly why they're waiting.
Who do y'all think is gonna win?
Players above them try to
Put it down
rotate
below.
first, and everybody in this position is going to have to rotate because we get another far pull to the east side.
I can't either.
So this is going to be huge.
Same time, though, you can tell that Skits and Soar, if they want a piece of the action, if they can make it happen, they know that their surge strategy has definitely been difficult to come by. So 1 or 2 eliminations right now would put them in an excellent position to just prioritize positioning. Rotations can just be so make or break at this stage of the game, especially when you factor in that there are going to be teams throughout the match looking to acquire those forecast towers that have been such a huge help as well.
You saw that stat that popped up, 1st and 25th, the exact same amount of points through these two matches.